It's time to become the best version of yourself and help others do the same. It's Monday morning and we're talking success.
Hello, Soul family. Jordan Peterson coming at you live from our Soul Studios here in Pleasant Grove, Utah. Thank you for joining me for another Monday morning Talking Success. For those that are keeping track, you know that Greg and I kind of switch off Mondays, but with different things going on, we've kind of got it all discombobulated, but we'll get back to a routine schedule here soon, I promise you. Today is April 21st. And when you see me looking to my left here, it's because I'm reading the comments that you guys are sharing live with us on YouTube as you watch. And it's so good to have you out there. If you haven't already, let us know that you're out there and tell us you're doing well. It's so good to be with you. I hope you had a great weekend. For a lot of people, they celebrated Easter over the weekend. So I hope you had a great time with your family celebrating. And I hope you guys are just enjoying this beautiful spring weather that we're all enjoying right now. As I mentioned, make sure you chime in so we can see that you're out there. And we also put your name into the bucket of fun to see if we can get you some prizes from that. We got these mystery bags. If you don't already have one of these bags, you really need these bags. Chronic stress, that's so last year. It just lets everybody know what you got going on. We have some fantastic mystery boxes as well that you guys so enjoy receiving. And then you can do a little bit of an unboxing on your favorite social media platform as well. So good stuff going on there, guys. We love having it. Can you believe April's almost over? It's crazy. April 21st already, guys. Where is the time gone? Let's recognize you guys for some amazing things you did in the month of March. I recognize that we're 3 weeks into April and we're just getting to these, but man, there's so many good things happening. Each week we like to recognize some of you with our little prize we call the Success Key. And it talks about the successful things you guys are doing in order to share soul, to help others, to build your business, and just to make everybody better around you. And so today we wanted to focus on the one called Primed Up. Now, these are individuals who were able to prime during the month of March. And for those that don't remember, the lowest level of prime is bringing in 4 individuals with at least $125 per order, so it equals $500 in new volume. So that's $500 in new product that goes out there to help people and change their lives. And I'll tell you what, we have a great list today, so let's jump into that. We have the Endricks starting us off. We have Anita Feliz, Anita Carpenter, Jordana Espinosa, Kristen Brunius, Corinne Lott, Lydia Ferrantino, Pat Alkim, Yanette Vergara, Valerie Bledsoe, Amanda Rivera. Now remember, all of these people that we're reading off on each of these pages, and I'll tell you that it's pages, that represents at least 4 new people brought into the company. And you're going to continue to see this keep going. So we also have Connie Fehrenbach as well, who did it. Then we go with Craig and Sandy Hendricks, Maria Ramirez, we have Dalia Garcia, Eric Patterson, Eliza Endrick, Annabette y Jesus Conde. We've got Angela Bucheski, Dalila Aviles, Maria Arias, Beatriz Morales, Yariel Diaz, and Selvina Castaneda. Guys, we got more. Let's keep going. Look at this stuff. Michelle Randall. We've got Maria Lopez. We've got Lisa Manchester as well, Nubia y Alvaro Medina. We've got Johnny Guerrero. We've got Genoveva Valencia. We've got Rebecca Norman, Virginia Vergara. We've got Debbie Perez Cockburn. We've got Yamilka Perez Martinez. And we've got Orlando Nunez and Marisol Montesano. Are we done though? No, let's keep going. We've got Eduardo Lopez, Pedro Rivera Soto, Reina Roque, Maria Carmen Zarco, Yosle Recaño, Kathleen Patton, and that is the group we have on there. Guys, how many pages was that? The thing that I love about this, just in that group alone, that represented over 300 new people brought into Soul during the month of March. 300 people that you guys were able to reach out to help. Introduce them to products that can help them manage all the stresses they've got going in their lives and everything else they have going on. Invite them to be specialists, which also gives them an opportunity to just join a community of like-minded individuals that can help them out and even give them a financial benefit as they do so. And man, you guys are killing it. That's also one of the requirements we have for our success community, is bringing in new people into Soul each month. One key thing, though, with our success community that I want to remind you of is that in order to be a part of our success community, you need to do those little things that help you be successful, like coming to events. So if you haven't already registered for our Soul Ignite coming up in October, do so. Come be with us. You guys are going to have a great time. Provo is always a happening place in October, so make sure you come be with us. Register and get your name on that list. It's going to be so great. Now, with what we talked about on my post on the Soul Business Facebook page. If you're not part of that, by the way, join it. Just search for Soul Business, and you'll be able to put your name in there, and then it will get approved by administrators, and then you'll be able to see everything we've got going on. But with that, I mentioned parachuting beavers. Like, what in the world does that have to do with anything? And let's talk about that today. Now, imagine World War II ends, and you have all these soldiers returning home to their homes in Idaho, only to find that their farms have been left a little bit unattended, and even new farms are being created in some of the wilderness areas. And what do they find on their farms? But the pesky little beaver. Now, for a farmer, a beaver is always a little bit tricky because they like to chop down trees and make big water ponds that can be a little bit troublesome. But beavers are actually super crucial to wetlands. They help reduce erosion, improve water quality, and create habitats for birds and fish. So you have all these G.I. Joes coming home and finding these little guys there. Now, since the late 1930s, the U.S. government had been transporting and relocating beavers to the state of Idaho to help them out there. Due to over-trapping in the early years, they were kind of getting low on numbers. And then all of a sudden, all these G.I. Joes come home and they find that there's enough beavers that are causing issues now. Well, the U.S. government had spent quite a bit of money getting these beavers there in the first place, and the last thing they wanted to do was to go in there and then just kill them because they're causing problems. And even then, it was a little bit of an expense to get them there to begin with. They estimate that it was about $8 back in 1936 to relocate a beaver to Idaho. That's the equivalent of about $190 today. And they estimated the value of a beaver's work over its lifespan to be about $300 US back then, which is equivalent to almost $7,000 today. So instead of just going in there and trapping them, they wanted to see what they could do with them. Now, they came into a little bit of a problem, though, because up until that point, they would have trappers go out and trap these beavers in live traps, so they wouldn't just smash them. They would actually trap them in live traps, and then that trapper would bring it over to a conservation officer's house. He would load it up into a truck. They would then take it to an outfitter. That outfitter would take it, stick it in a box, throw it on the back of a donkey, a mule, or a horse, and take it into wilderness areas where it could live its happy little life away from people. Unfortunately, though, these relocation efforts were a little bit traumatic for those beavers, and oftentimes they would overheat or just be overstressed and wouldn't end up being able to survive the journey anyway. So with this perplexing problem, they thought, how can we kind of take care of these beavers and put them in a spot where they'll be able to flourish without causing any problems to any farmlands, but yet it's not so stressful to them that they can't survive the journey. Well, one man by the name of Elmo W. Heater, if that doesn't tell you an Idaho farmer name, I don't know what would. He was a fish and game employee there in Idaho, and he comes up with an idea. He says, we have a lot of these leftover parachutes from World War II. What if we caught these beavers, we build some boxes for them that would open at impact, and we just take them out into these wilderness areas where there's no roads, so just driving them in on a truck isn't available. We've tried the horse thing and the donkey mule thing. God, it's so stressful for them. It just doesn't work well. Think how quickly we can do this. We can trap a beaver, we can take it to the airport, fit it into one of these boxes, take it up in the airplane, take it to the area, drop them, quick and easy, and we'll get them taken care of. And so that's just what they did. They come up with this unbelievable plan where they build a box that looks a little bit like a suitcase. This is a real life photo, the one on the left. The one on the right, if you can't figure out if that's not real, I don't know how I can help you. But the one on the left, that's a real life photo. They found it in the archives. They had this box that would have drill holes into it. It was held down by some straps. And upon impact, it would actually pop open, and out popped 2 beavers. They put 2 beavers in each one of these wooden crates, and they would relocate them into areas that were really low in beaver populations. The first one they tried out, they named the beaver Geronimo, and it worked beautifully. And they thought, man, we might really have something here. And so they went and trapped 76 beavers. And they were able to load them up 2 by 2 in these little crates, take them up in the air on the airplane. They drop them at an altitude of between 500 and 800 feet. They'd float safely down to the meadows next to the rivers, hit the grass, pop open, and these happy little beavers would then scamper on over to their new homes in the rivers and were able to thrive. It wasn't without its difficulties. A lot of people thought it was a crazy idea, and why in the world would they spend money and effort on taking beavers up in an airplane? But the numbers spoke for themselves. Of the 76 beavers that they relocated, 75 were able to thrive in the areas they put them in. Only 1 perished, and that was due to it being able to figure out how to open the box upon ejection from the airplane, which led to an unfortunate fall, and it wasn't able to survive. But in 1948, they did a great thing, and they were able to relocate these beavers and did some amazing, amazing things. In fact, on Popular Mechanics back in 1950, the para beavers was their top story, and they were able to do some great things. Now, you may be asking yourself, Jordan, what in the world does this have to do with soul and what we're doing right now in our business? And that's what I love so much about this story. Up until 1948, the idea of how to do relocation of beavers and to take care of things was very one-sided. This is how we do it. We're going to do it this way, and in doing it, we'll just live with the downsides of it if things don't work out as well as we want them to. But this is how you do it. You trap them, you throw them on a horse, you take them up in the mountains. Well, it just didn't work very well. And so finally somebody thought inside the box, maybe not outside the box, but inside the box, created a fantastic little crate. They already had resources left over with these parachutes, and they were able to do something that had never been done before but was wildly successful. And they were able to help and relocate and grow these beavers exactly where they needed to be. Now with that, what are we doing in Soul right now? We just had 3.5 pages of individuals that are thinking outside the box and doing things in order to help their business grow and to help reach new customers and to put themselves in a position to be prime. The prime way to build up Soul, right? By bringing in new people and changing lives. What are they doing? Are they all doing the same thing? It's talking with all of them and knowing them. I'll tell you, they're not all doing the same thing. Some of them are thinking outside the box and trying new ideas and new ways to grow. Talk with those individuals, see how it goes. The thing I love most about getting together with you, especially in events like Ignite, is discussing and talking and brainstorming on ways we can take it to the next level. Trying things that have never been tried before, doing things that from the outside might look a little bit off, but may work really, really well. And that's what the exciting thing about the collaboration is with what we have here at Soul. We can put our minds together and figure out ways in order to grow. Years ago, the idea of doing things on social media was just crazy. Like no one goes on social media to buy anything. No one buys anything just because they like you and know you. But then all of a sudden people started doing it and it worked. So what's working today? What's the next step? What are those things that are going to work into the future? How do we find those things out? Well, I'll tell you what, I don't have all those answers right now. But when we get together and we start talking about it and putting our minds together, maybe, just maybe, we'll have one of those moments where we look at it and go, you know what? That might just work. Let's try it and make any tweaks along the way that we need to in order to be able to be successful with that. And that's why we're talking about parachuting beavers today on our Monday morning Talking Success. All right, guys, let's get you out of here. We want you to be able to thrive today and have all the time in the world you need to go out there and talk with new people and take care of the current individuals you have. So let's get you out the door with one of these fantastic new prizes. And here we go. Rachel says, we need to go where the people are. Be like the parachuting beavers. I love that, right? Michelle says, I love to think outside the box. There's no better way to do it than getting all together. Michelle says, one of my good friends was just saying she's going to start a short business with a saying on it, and that would be a good one. And that's why we're talking about parachuting beavers. Boom. There you go, right? Good stuff. Okay. Jaleva, you are the winner this morning. You're starting off strong, girl. Well done. And here we go. We've got Karma Fielding. Karma Fielding. Hey, I don't know if there's good karma or not with this, but you being in Idaho and having the name Karma and winning the prize today, tell you what, there's a lot of things going on with that. And last but not least, we have Rachel Moore. Rachel Moore, she starts commenting, talking about how she likes parachuting beavers. She wins a prize. I don't know. I don't make it up, guys. I just draw the names. But I'll tell you what, there's always some correlation between how much you guys talk and participate and winning on the morning. So good stuff. As always, guys, keep sharing soul. We sure love you, and we'll see you again soon.